Welcome to Win Online, your channel for educational videos. The summer vacations have come to an end, and most of the schools are open. And the first thing that the students encounter after the summer break is the first term exams. Some of the schools, they take 3 exams in one academic year. So first term is taken before the holidays, then after the holidays, after 1 month of the reopening of school, is the midterm and then the final term. But mostly, in order to save the teaching time, schools have only 2 exams. One is the midterm exam and one is the final term exam. So all those schools and people who are using our English focus book, this is the first term paper for English focus, which you will for the exam that you will take after the summer break. This paper is about book 1, and soon I will upload another paper for book 2 as well. Now, before we start with the paper, this is a sample paper, and I'm assuming that since the book has 8 chapters altogether, so by this time half of the book will be covered. So this paper comprises of first 4 chapters of English Focus book 1. Before this, I have uploaded a video about how to design an exam paper and assessment paper for English. I will give you the link of that video in the description. Please watch that video first and then have a look at this paper, because when you are designing a paper, you should not be looking at the 1,000-year-old paper pattern, which should have words meaning, word sentences, dictation, question answer, translate into English, and some aspects of grammar. Every paper should be designed according to the text, according to the book that you are teaching, because you are testing the students not only on the skills that they have acquired, particularly in English by this time, but you're also testing the students on the content that you have taught. That's why this exam paper for Focus English is designed keeping in mind Focus English Focus book, right? And since it is grade 7, so we have not included any childish stereotypical exercises like word sentences and other things. So let's get started. The paper is for 3 hours. The total marks are 100. And at this stage, I also want to highlight another fact, that there is no paper A or paper B, because if you are teaching grammar separate than the teaching of language, the children will never learn grammar, or they will always consider grammar as a separate thing, not related to the language. So always the grammar should be incorporated within the language teaching. Only then the students can apply that grammar whenever they are using that language in written form or oral form or whatever form they are using it. So that's why no A or B paper. There is only one paper of 100 marks. 3 hours is the duration. Notes for teacher: the assessment comprises of 5 different sections. Each section is focused on checking one particular skill crucial for the learning of English at this age level, and the age level is 13 years, like 12 to 13 or 13 to 14 years. So part A is vocabulary, but here you can see that it is not that straightforward words meaning. It is choose the correct option. So words are given, and then 3 different options are given under those words. The students have to choose the correct option. 6 parts, that's why the marks are also 6. Part 2 is match the phrases in column A with the meanings in column B. So it's not words, it's phrases, and again there are 6 parts. So for example, to play a key role is something, and then the students have to choose the correct explanation given in column B. This is part A. It comprises of vocabulary, and it has got another question also. So 3 questions in the vocabulary section. In this, complete the definition of the word or phrase in bold using the words in the box. Then part B is reading, but here we are not just asking the students to read a text, we are checking their reading comprehension. That's why read the following passage and explain the contextual meaning of highlighted words. So there are some words that are highlighted, the students have to read the text, then look at the highlighted words, and then write down the contextual meanings of these highlighted words. Reading also has question number 2, where the students will read a passage, an article, and then answer the questions given at the end of this article. But since in English Focus we do not rely on straightforward reading comprehension only, we also have another comprehension which is open-ended, in which the students have to write their own answers, write about their opinions, write about options, and all the answers are correct. That's why part A has got 5 parts, and this is just straightforward reading comprehension. And then there is part B, which is question number 3, and here answer any 2 of the following open-ended questions. So there is a choice given, and the students have to write their own opinion. The marking is done in such a manner that there is no ambiguity in it. So if a question has 5 parts, 5 marks are given, so that you are very clear and straightforward in your head, and no one can challenge your marking also at the end of the day. Part C is about grammar. So far we have covered 2 sections. So part A was vocabulary, and it had 3 questions. Part B is reading, and reading also has 3 questions. Part C is grammar. For grammar, question number 1 is define the main types of noun and give 3 examples for each type. Part 2 is use the verbs in brackets to complete the sentences. And part 3 is, so you might think that there are only 4 sentences given, but if you count the number of blanks, there are 10 blanks. So 1 mark for every correct verb that they are going to put in the sentence. And then part 3 is rearrange the words to make sentences. Quite complex sentences are given. The students have to rearrange the words according to proper order. So 10 sentences are given, and there are 10 marks. So this section also has 3 questions. Part D is about creative writing, and an option is given to the students, and this section is marked quite heavily because at grade 7 level we are expecting the students to be able to write nice compositions, nice essays, nice reports, dialogues, and of a considerable length, not a very short one. So the marks are 15, and when you are giving marks in this section, you have to consider the sentence structure, you have to consider spellings, you have to consider grammar, and you also have to consider the flow, the cohesiveness of this creative writing, the way the students have written it, how cohesive is it, how one paragraph is connected to the other one, and how the composition starts as with an introductory paragraph, and then has got a middle, and then it is ended in the type of a conclusion. So there are 2 options given. Write down a description of an architectural marvel. It does not have to be a real place, so, or even a realistic. Make sure you describe its architecture and how that affects the viewer. So we are asking about so many things: the type of architecture, what is this building, and how is it designed, and what effect does it have on the viewer? Does it make the viewer surprised? The viewers are in an awe when they are looking at it, or does it make the viewer sad, or is it historical? So the students have to consider all these elements while they are writing the composition. And then part B, but there is an or, they are free to choose. Part B is, have you ever tried to cook something and failed at it? Write a detailed account of your failed attempt at cooking. So again, this type of exercises are in the book and are not new for the student. Then this English Focus has got a beautiful area of English language which is often not considered or not included in the books, and that is poems. So in every chapter there is a poem, and there are questions about the poem. For example, critical appreciation of the poem, explanation of the poem, summary of the poem. So here we have given a poem, and the poem appreciation questions are also given along with it. The students will read the poem and write the answers of the poem appreciation questions. So 5 parts. Number 1 is vocabulary, has got 3 sections. Number 2 is reading, again 3 parts, 3 questions. Number C or number 3 is grammar, again there are 3 questions. Creative writing, there is an option given, and then poem appreciation, and the total marks are 100. This paper is designed according to English Focus Book 1. When you are dispensing this paper to the students, make sure that you explain each and every part, but do not over explain the things, and please do not be talking all the time. Give the students a chance to think and form their sentences and write their answers. I hope you will find it useful. After this, I will upload the first term paper for English Focus Book 2. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to our channel, like, share and comment. Thank you.